Hi, this is Jessica Marshall of Naturally Beautiful Hair Care, and I'm going to show you how to create, or 6 ways to create flawless spirals, crinkles, and curls. This technique can be done on Microlocs, Sisterlocs, nappy locks, traditional locks from small size to large, and your loose hair, natural, transitioning, whether it's loose or it's 2-strand twisted or braided. The tools that I'm going to be using are as follows. In this picture, we have some pipe cleaners. From the craft store, will come out straight like this in various colors. We also have mesh rollers, wire mesh rollers. And last, I have perm rods, cold perm rods that have the little wire, and you use the end to hook it like that. Okay, I have these in various sizes as well. I'm going to go through each of these techniques, and I'm going to show you before and after. I'm also going to show you how to make a curl or to make a spiral, and you'll see the difference between that. I tend to like to spiral my locks, and the spiral looks something like this. But you also can curl it, and it's a beautiful style as well. Okay, so you can start with your hair wet or dry. I do recommend, for best results, that your hair is clean. This is something great to do after you wash your hair, and let's say you want to style it and kind of not really having to want to do anything to it for a good couple of weeks. This is a great technique to use. It's also great. I have some new growth, and I mention this a lot now because I'm excited, but since I am with child, I am going to be 8 months pregnant next week. My hair has been growing like crazy, and I don't really have much time to, or ability. I'm tired. Sometimes I just don't want to do my hair, so I find that it's really great to do set. Just kind of sacrifice that time. Put my rollers in, whichever technique, and take it out and go. I use pure water, and I use a spray bottle like this, so you only need a spray bottle. You can take the pipe cleaner, fold it in half, twist it to look like this, or there's a friend of mine who has a brand called Locs rollers. She's already done that work for you. They may either be sealed at the bottom with some type of glue, or this is a little more refined. The ends being sealed is great because pipe cleaners do have a metal, like a long metal rod through them, and we don't want that to snag your hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my twisted up Locs roller, which essentially is the pipe cleaner twisted, but the ends are sealed to protect. I'm going to show you first how to make a curl, and then I'm going to show you how to do a spiral. So what I do is I take the looped end, I leave a loop out open at the end, because that's also a great way to secure your roller in place. Just taking the hair and you're just wrapping it around until you tuck all those loose ends in. Okay, so it's like that. You just roll it up, and you continue to roll it all the way up, overlapping a little, but you're making like a cylinder until you get right to the top. Okay, now you can take the end piece, secure it through that hoop, and you can bend it down to hold it in place. So that is our curl in the front, the very first one we did. Now I'm going to show you how to do a spiral effect on that. What we did with that one was we started at the end, but I'm going to show you that we are going to start at the root. Okay? I take my loop and I loop my finger, you know, just kind of loop my finger in it. Hold it in place. And then you're going to hold the hair in your hand, and you are going to proceed to wrap it like this. And I take my other finger and I hold it. So what you're doing is you're kind of coiling it and twisting it. I'm going to come a little closer as you wrap it. Okay? You're going to coil and twist until you get all the way down to the end. So my hand doesn't even leave the piece of hair. It just goes around it. So what it's doing is it's spiraling it. I go back to the root. You can even see how that looks different from wrapping it like that. I just twist it a little tighter. Now, I think when you spiral that it is best that you tuck the end into the loop. So I will go ahead and do that. I do want to make note, for your spirals, if you want your end result to look like a coil, very neat, then here's a picture of something I'm explaining, you know, it's a little bit of something that I'm explaining. If you want that look, you're going to want to use probably a pipe cleaner that we folded in half like we did in the first one, because you're going to need to pull the hair out. Okay? Now we're going to take another section. I spray. Sometimes I fold it in half and I spray, but I make sure I get all the way down to the end. Okay. Now we're going to do cold perm rods. The smallest size that I've seen is the blue ones. And we have a gray. Then we have like a peach, white, and a pink. The ones I most often use are either blue, gray. Now, depending on the size you want, for this sake, I'm going to use the gray one. But you can use, if you want big waves, such as this picture, then you can use the pink ones or the white ones. Okay, if you want them to be a little bit tighter, like this picture, then you can use the gray ones or the white ones or the blue ones. If you want to use a smaller one because you run out of sizes, put more hair. So the more hair you put, the bigger spiral or the bigger curl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl it first, okay? So I go down to the end, because the ends sometimes are not even, and make sure I secure the ends first. So you're just going to wrap it like that, and it's easier to go over any parts that are sticking out. See this little piece here? Tuck it down, and then we're going to go over it. Okay, and then I roll it all the way up. So now my hair is getting a little bit length, so I have to kind of do it tight, like push it down like that, and then I just secure it over that way. So that's my curl. I'm going to show you my spiral. I take the same amount of hair, about 8 pieces. And I'm going to show you the spiral effect on the pink peach. Okay. I start at the root when I spiral. And again, between my forefinger and my thumb, I pinch. I hold the roller steady, secure. I go down to the base of the roller, and then I just move my hand. I just slide it down and kind of just twist it like a snake. Okay? Just twist it. Keep it very close. Twist, twist, twist. And then I roll it in and I secure it. Okay, now we're going to do, for the sake of it not looking too crazy, I'm going to do the other side. And we're going to go to our mesh rollers, okay? It's also handy to have a hair clip so you can kind of keep your hair out the way. So, you know, sometimes I have to section it off just so I can keep it out the way. And then I take my other section, bundle it up. And I missed it. And then I go all the way down to the end. Okay. Another good thing to mist your hair with, leave-in conditioner. This is my moisture mist. You can find this at naturallybeautifulhaircare.com, all natural. And I also find that I like to mist my hair with this. But it all depends, you know. Sometimes what I do is I don't mist each section. I'll finish off my hair before I get into the dryer or go to bed with it. So that way it's not saturated, it's not too much. Okay, so mesh roller sizes, I have the big pink. The next size would be, this is like a lighter pink. Then we have, so I'll hold them side by side, you can see. The blue ones used to be my very favorite. The blue and the orange, which is next size. When my hair was about 1 year to 2 years, maybe pushing 3, it would be big layers, and similar to a look like this. That they would provide. The bigger, the more of a doobie kind of wrap effect. Then you have the yellow, and then the little tiny green. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to just do a basic curl. This length, obviously, the smaller you go, the more spiral, but you're not going to quite have it as tight as the pipe cleaners or the perm rods. If you want me to, I can actually show you the blue. This is simple. Just wrap it. I go to the bottom of the roller. I wrap, I hold, I wrap. I cover over the loose ends, and then I wrap it. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, overlapping sometimes until I get to the root. Secure it with the pin. And I'm going to show you the spiral effect on the orange, which is the next size smaller. Spiral effect, I always go to the root, hold it, spiral. Hold it, spiral. Hold it, spiral. Hold it, spiral. Get those ends down. Pin, roll it back to the scalp. Take your pin. Secure. Okay, so I have my pipe cleaner curl, pipe cleaner spiral, perm rod curl, perm rod spiral, mesh, wire mesh curl, wire mesh spiral. Now, the third set I'm going to show you is a Bantu knot. So, I think it would be great to do the Bantu knot up here in the crown, because of that dramatic effect that it provides. And we're going to, dampen the hair. Bantu knots are great. You can do them in any size. Bantu knot sets are great And if I'm going to do my whole head, I would probably use more hair because they do take some time. They can become tight. For me, I start by twisting it a little and I leave room. We'll leave room at the root. So I twist it and then I leave a little room and then I start to take a piece and I twist it and I wrap it. And I twist it and I wrap. Twist, wrap. To wear it as a style. Here's one of my clients with a Bantu knot. Two-strand twist. Simple. Two-strand twist. And the final style. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth style is a braid. I'm just going to go ahead and go down to the bottom. Okay, so we got 6 looks that we are going to get flawless locks with. And you can actually wear these two as a style for up to a couple of weeks and take them out. You can also wear these as a style. I have another video on my channel, you can check it out. They're quite comfortable once you put them back up this way. Okay, when we return, I will show you, we'll take down the look and we'll see the different effects that these curls created.